Accountability is for weak people that can't get themselves to do things. I got this question on my live yesterday where somebody asked about accountability. I'll tell you in short, accountability is for weak people that can't get themselves to do things. If you're somebody that struggles with accountability, it's because you're not clear on the promise. Jim Rohn said, when the promise is clear, the price is easy. Now I'm going to show you how to fix that because I don't want to just leave you hanging like that. If you need someone to hold you accountable to do something that's good for you, it means that you don't really want to do that thing. You don't care enough. It doesn't matter that much to you if you need somebody to hold you accountable for it. You know, there's accountability in other ways. For instance, if you don't show up to your job, you're going to get fired. There's a negative consequence that's very real and very clear and very immediate. And you understand that. So you get up, you set your alarm, you rush out the house, you get there before that negative consequence can happen. What we don't do enough of is we don't spend enough time thinking about the positive consequences of what these actions that we don't really want to do are gonna cause. So we don't live enough in the vision of what we're trying to create. That's the problem. You don't care enough. You might have thought when I first said that was a slam. It's not a slam. It just means that you haven't gotten clear on what it really means if you save some more money, deny yourself some of these things like eating out. You don't really understand what it's going to mean if you get your health fixed, what your life's going to be like. You haven't spent enough time to think about all the positive consequences. People only think of the negative, and the negative consequences aren't going to show up right away. They're not that scary. Like, yeah, you could be broke. You could have an emergency come up where you don't have enough money to cover it. You could have a health crisis. You could have this or that or this. All those things just slowly inch toward us over time. So those things aren't really that motivating most of the time. What can be motivating is, man, if I lock in for 30 days, if I lock in for 90 days, what could I do in 30 days? What's life going to be like if I'm 20 pounds lighter? What's life going to be like if I have an extra $1,000 in the bank that's just sitting there that's not spoken for? What's life going to be like if I am able to communicate better, if I grow my skills, if I get a promotion? So that's the thing that most people don't do. So if you're somebody that struggles with accountability, it's because you're not clear on the promise. Jim Rohn said, when the promise is clear, the price is easy. So if you're not clear on the promise, you won't pay the price for it. So if you struggle with accountability, the reason that you struggle is because you haven't sat down and gotten clear on the vision of what you're trying to build. Why would you get up and go to the gym? Why would you eat healthy? Why would you not eat donuts every day and instead eat something better for you? Why would you avoid gluten, knowing that it's inflammatory? Bread's good. Why would you? There's lots of reasons. If you haven't spent time to think about the reasons and what it could be like on the other side of all this work, you're not gonna do the work. You're not gonna be motivated to do that. Hopefully that helps. And listen, if in the beginning of this video you heard me say that accountability was for weak people, you don't have to stay weak. No one's saying that. I'm just saying that you are. If you need accountability, you're weak. You need to build some strength. How do you build some strength? By spending some time working on it. You know, strength comes in many forms, physical, mental. And so if you don't spend any time building your mental strength so that you're clear on the vision for your life and your purpose and what you're trying to create and what you're going for, what you want life to be like when you're 50, when you're 70, what you want your family life to be like, what you want your kids to be like, what you want the whole picture to be like when your kids have kids. Now you have these in-law kids, what you want the family culture to be like, how you want to be impacting them, what resources you want to have to be able to help them through life. Do you still want to be working a job, or do you want to be able to, at the drop of a hat, go do whatever with your grandkids? All that stuff comes from deciding that you're going to build a future intentionally. And that's where you shouldn't need accountability if you're clear on what you want. Nobody has to hold me accountable for things. I do it because I know I'm clear on the promise. Accountability is for weaklings. Don't be weak, don't stay weak. This is how.